Hello, Virgo. They're scrolling again. Third time today. Maybe more. Who's counting? Back through your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn if they're really desperate. Every photo you've posted in last 6 months getting studied like it's Renaissance painting, hiding secret codes. That selfie from 3 weeks ago, they've zoomed in. Noticed the way light hit your face, wondered what you were doing that day, who you were with, whether you were thinking about them when you took it, or whether they've become so irrelevant to you that you don't think about them at all. And they're not just looking, they're analyzing, building narratives. They look happy. Are they really happy, or is that performance? That caption seems directed at someone. Is it me? Is it about me? They're with people. Who are those people? Are they dating one of them? They look different, better, worse. Why do I care? Every image becomes data. Every post becomes evidence of your life continuing without them. And that continuation, that proof you're existing just fine or even better without their presence, is driving them insane. Here's what dying to call actually means in anatomy of obsession. It's not wanting to call, it's need, physical, visceral, the way you need water when you're dehydrated. They're holding phone, your name right there in contacts. Maybe still with the heart emoji they never deleted. Maybe changed to something neutral, like they're over you, they're not. Finger hovering over call button. Drafting texts they don't send. Starting to type. Deleting. Typing again. Deleting again. Hey, too casual. I miss you. Too desperate. Can we talk? Too vague. I've been thinking about your pictures, absolutely fucking not. So they call nobody. Text nobody. Just sit with the wanting like it's physical pain. Because calling requires admitting they're not over you, requires vulnerability, requires risking you not answering or answering, only to tell them you've moved on, and they'd rather suffer in silence than confirm their worst fear, that you're fine without them. Your pictures aren't neutral, they're weapons you don't even know you're wielding. Let me explain what each type of photo does to someone who's obsessing photos of you alone. These destroy them because you look complete, not lonely, not desperate, not waiting for someone to fill empty space beside you. You're whole, self sufficient, enjoying your own company. And if you're whole alone, what do you need them for? That question, that possibility they're not necessary is unbearable. Photos of you with other people, pure torture, especially if there's someone attractive in frame, especially if body language looks close, especially if you're laughing. They're creating stories. That's the person they're with now. That's why they haven't responded to my last message. That's their replacement. Doesn't matter if person is sibling, friend, colleague. Obsessed brain sees threat everywhere. Photos where you look good, and you know which ones these are. The ones where lighting was perfect, angle was right, you felt yourself when you took it, and that confidence shows. These photos get saved, get studied, get returned to when they're feeling weak. Because looking good means you're thriving, means their absence didn't destroy you, means you're not sitting home pining, means you're living. And your living well is simultaneously what they want for you and what makes them feel obsolete. Photos where you look different, new haircut, new style, new energy, anything that signals change. These create panic because change means movement, means you're becoming version of yourself they don't know, means the person they're obsessing over is already gone, replaced by evolved version they have no access to. They're different. If I called now, would they even recognize who I was to them before? Why pictures specifically trigger obsession more than actual contact would. Because pictures are safe, they can look without risking, can obsess without consequences, can imagine connection without having to verify if connection still exists. Actual contact, calling, texting, seeing you in person requires courage, requires facing possibility of rejection, requires discovering that the version of you they've built in their head doesn't match reality of who you are now. Pictures let them maintain fantasy. Let them project whatever they need onto frozen image of you smiling. Let them avoid discovering you've moved on. And pictures are evidence without context. They see you laughing but don't know what at. See you somewhere but don't know why. See you with someone but don't know who. That missing context creates space for obsessive thoughts to multiply. Brain fills gaps with worst case scenarios or best case fantasies, depending on which kind of obsessed they are. Let me sketch what's happening in their internal world right now. Regret on permanent loop. I should have fought harder. I should have communicated better. I should have appreciated them when I had them. Your pictures are proof of what they lost. Visual reminder of person they took for granted now living life that doesn't include them, and regret without outlet becomes obsession, because obsessing is doing something even when you can't actually do anything. Comparison running wild. They're comparing every person they see, date, talk to against you, and everyone's coming up short. Not because you're perfect, because obsessed brain idealizes, forgets the real you with flaws and difficulties and human complications. Remembers only highlights real their memory has created. Your pictures feed that idealization, show you at your best. Confirm their internal narrative that you're exceptional and they fucked up by losing you. Hope they're trying to kill but can't. Maybe if I wait long enough. Maybe if I prove I've changed. Maybe if circumstances shift. They're not ready to move on, but they're also not brave enough to reach out. So they exist in limbo, hoping while trying not to hope, waiting while pretending they're not waiting. And your pictures, their continued existence, the fact you keep posting, the proof you're alive and accessible keeps hope on life support. Jealousy mixed with pride, jealous of anyone who gets access to you now, jealous of your happiness if it doesn't include them, jealous of the life you're building, but also proud. Look at them thriving. That's the person I was with. That's who chose Emmy once. Like they get credit for your current glory because you were once theirs. Delusional? Yes. Common? Also yes. What they're not doing, which tells you everything, they're not liking your pictures. Or if they are, it's sporadic, strategic. Don't want to seem too interested. Don't want you to know they're checking daily, so they lurk, watch without trace. Consume your content like they're entitled to access. even though they're the ones who created distance. They're not commenting because what would they say? Can't be casual when they're obsessed, can't be honest about, I look at this photo 17 times a day. So silence, but silence that's loud if you know how to hear it. Um, they're not moving on. Not really. Maybe they're trying. Maybe they're dating. Maybe they're telling friends they're over you. But you don't obsess over pictures of someone you're over. You don't check their page when you're drunk at 2 a.m. if you've moved on. You don't save photos to phone if you're done. They're stuck. And your pictures are both the evidence of why they're stuck and the reason they stay stuck. What you're supposed to do with this information? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't change what you post. Don't post more to torment them. Don't post less to make it easier on them. Just post what you'd post if they didn't exist. Live your life. Document it if you want. Ignore their silent watching. Their obsession is their problem, not your responsibility to manage. Don't block unless you need to for your own peace. Blocking sometimes gives them too much power, shows they still affect you enough to require action. But if their lurking makes you uncomfortable, if knowing they're watching creates performance in your posting, block. Your peace matters more than their access to your images. Don't reach out just because you know they're obsessing. Their obsession doesn't obligate your response. If you want them back, their obsession with your pictures is opportunity, but don't make it easy. Don't feed obsession with attention. Make them actually do the work of calling, of showing up, of being brave. If you don't want them back, their obsession is just information. Information that you're more powerful than you realized, that your absence from their life created vacuum they can't fill. Use that information to build confidence. You're not forgettable. You're not easily replaced. You're the one someone can't stop thinking about, even though thinking about you hurts them. And if you're indifferent, if you genuinely don't care whether they're obsessing or not, that's actually the most powerful position of all, because indifference is freedom, is proof you've moved past them while they're still stuck in past with you. What happens next, the possible trajectories? They stay stuck in observation mode. Keep watching, keep obsessing, never get brave enough to actually reach out. Eventually, your pictures become less triggering because novelty fades. They move on through attrition, not through actual healing. They finally call, and you get to decide, answer or don't, engage or don't, give chance or don't. But at least they finally grew spine to actually communicate instead of just lurking. They do something stupid, drunk text, show up uninvited, comment something weird on old photo. Obsession without outlet sometimes creates poor decisions. If this happens, boundaries. Clear ones. This behavior isn't acceptable. If you want to talk, reach out properly. Otherwise, stop. They move on for real. Meet someone. Get over you through actual work or through someone else replacing you in their attention. Stop checking your pictures because they're finally focused elsewhere. If this happens and you wanted them back, you missed window. But windows that close usually close for reason. Maybe you're better off. The power is yours. It always has been. They're dying to call you. Your pictures have them obsessing. And whether that matters to you, whether you want their call, whether you even care they're obsessing, that's entirely your choice. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Trust yourself. And listen, being obsessed over feels like power until you realize obsession isn't love, it's fixation, it's need. It's sometimes closer to possession than affection. So if they do call, if they do finally reach out, don't confuse their obsession with their readiness. Don't confuse their want with their work. People who've done the work don't obsess over pictures. They communicate directly, honestly, like adults. Obsession is what happens when someone wants you but hasn't grown enough to deserve you. Remember that. Take care.